her drawers.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be reacting to MSA. Story animated.
While Mom was at work, I crept into her bedroom and searched her closet and all her drawers for evidence of something. I lifted up a blanket from her bed and almost had a heart attack.
Why?
Hi, I'm Ming from China. See, my mom, she was the prettiest girl in our whole town. She literally won the Chinese beauty pageant 5 years in a row and became...
Why is she wearing Elsa's crown?
I lifted up a blanket from her bed and almost had a heart attack. Hi, I'm Ming from China. See, my mom, she was the prettiest girl in our whole town. She literally won the Chinese beauty pageant 5 years in a row and became rich from it. Everyone would stop her in the streets to tell her how beautiful she was.
That's not Chinese people. Those look like American ones.
Fall, Dad adored Mom to bits and was always showering her with gifts. And then
Bruh, why are there blue
Oh,
flowers?
darling, she looks exactly like you. Same lips and cheeks. You and Ming should compete in pageants together when she gets older. Well, that's exactly what we did. When I was 3, Mom and I
so cute. That's so cute, the mom and the daughter.
competed in duo pageants, winning every time and soaking up the glory. Then one day when
Why
I was
is
10,
there
I was in my
Elsa
dressing room when I heard Mom had to be rushed to the hospital. What's going on? Is she hurt? It's her skin. It's become completely wrinkled and inflamed. The doctors think she has a rare and untreatable condition.
Huh? Usually people have infection, not conditional conditions. People don't eat makeup.
What do you mean untreatable? I want to see my mom now. No, Ming. The pageant is in 3 minutes. You'll have to go on without her. I was totally powerless, but I did end up winning first prize. Sadly, everyone was too depressed to celebrate. Mom looked like a freaking 80-year-old with red lumps on her face. It's obvious I won't be
She looks really old though.
able to compete with you anymore. Look at me. Mom, don't talk that way. You'll always be beautiful in my eyes. Oh, spare me, Ming. I don't want your pity. I felt so awful. And as I continued competing in pageants, people constantly compared me to my mom, especially my grandma. It's heartbreaking what happened to my daughter's skin. It's too upsetting for me to visit her these days. At least you look the way she used to. Their comments made me furious. I could feel Mom's growing resentment. Worst of all, the tension was affecting my parents' relationship, and they started fighting all the time. Finally, when I was 16, my parents divorced. Mom got custody since
That's sad.
she'd been my primary caretaker, mostly because she'd always been driving me to our pageants. And it was then I decided I'd had enough. I don't want to be in pageants anymore, Mom. I only did them in the first place because
Why? She's so beautiful.
of you, and I don't like how bitter and jealous you get every time I compete.
Oh, I
That's
get
the most
it now.
ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Why would I be jealous of my own daughter? Gee, good
Wait guys,
question.
I need to
All
go
I
scream
know
at the dog. Hey, Stoppy. Stoppy to me. Stop. Or no treats today. That's me. Me screaming.
It just got worse as I got older. I quit pageants, and then Mom decided to move to the U.S., which was a big adjustment. And as soon as we settled, she became even more of a nightmare to be around. That's a disgusting amount of makeup. But I'm just wearing lip gloss. Well, you're wearing too much for a girl your age. Wash it off right this second. I don't understand how you can eat all those pancakes and not blow up like a balloon. Enjoy it while you can. See what I mean? Luckily, my new school became much happier than my home life. One day at school, I asked around to see if I could get an English tutor, since I still wasn't comfortable with the language. All the kids recommended the same guy, someone named Gavin. He tutors for volunteer hours, so it won't cost you anything. Plus, he's gorgeous. Every girl at school has a crush on him. Oh, well, I'm not looking to date at the moment. I just want to pass my classes. But when I met Gavin in the library that day, my heart skipped 10 beats. He looked like a storybook prince. How could I concentrate on homework with that smoke show up in my space? Are you okay? Your cheeks are bright red, and you look adorable. I do not look adorable. I mean, can we get to work, please? My homework's not going to do itself. We sat down to study, and I had to admit, Gavin was as brilliant as he was handsome. But when I started doing my math homework, he kept staring staring at me with his twinkling
looks like
dark
an
eyes, which
ugly
made me
rat.
nervous. So, are you free to go out this weekend? Excuse me? I don't want to go out at all. You're just here to tutor me. I know, but I can't fight my attraction for you. I've never believed I was her. The second Mom saw him, she looked furious and pulled me aside. Where do you think you're going with that boy? To Sasha's concert? I already told you I was going with a friend. Please, do you really expect me to believe Mr. Heartthrob here is just a friend? He'll break your heart, just like your father broke mine. You're not going to that concert. But Sasha's my favorite singer. And you and I both know Dad didn't do anything wrong. That comment made Mom so angry that she sent Gavin home and me up to my room. I was so mad, I was shaking. Then suddenly, I heard a noise from my bedroom that was coming from the dog door. It was Gavin. Hey, I think I'm stuck. You're gonna have to give me a hand. Oh my God, are you trying to crawl into my room? Well, you want to go to that concert, don't you? You said you're a huge fan, and if you can fit through this door, you probably won't get caught. My heart fluttered as he smiled up at me. There wasn't any harm in going on a date with him, was there? So I crawled through my dog door and let Gavin drive me to the concert. But soon we hit traffic and we're running over an hour late. This is all Mom's fault. It's because of her we left during rush hour. She's becoming even more of a train wreck since the divorce. Your parents are divorced? Wow, small world. Your parents are divorced too? Well, actually, Mom left us a couple of days ago. She met some guy at work and is leaving my dad to be with him. Wow, I'm so sorry. It's fine. I'll get through it. Gavin didn't seem like he wanted to talk about it anymore, so I turned on the radio. The concert was nearly over by the time we arrived, but Gavin had an idea. We're parked right above the stadium. If we just sit on my car, we'll have time to hear the last song. The last song was a slow one, and I closed my eyes, swaying my shoulders in the wind. I know your mom isn't perfect, but you sure are beautiful like her. Ugh, I hate it when people compare me to my mom. Can't I be my own person? I'm more than just a pretty face. I know that. You also have pretty hair. I slapped him right then, and he leaned in for a kiss. I felt fireworks between us. Dude, where was it thankful? I just need a couple of strands. What? Why? Please don't ask questions. No, I will ask questions. You can't just cut my hair in my sleep without telling me why. Watch your tone, young lady. I'm not doing anything wrong here. You need to learn to respect your elders and bite your tongue. Mom stormed out of my room and slammed the door. She grounded me for a week, but I wasn't gonna let her scare me. While Mom was at work, I crept into her bedroom and searched her closet and all her drawers for evidence of something. Then finally, I lifted up a blanket from her bed and almost had a heart attack. On her bed was an open cardboard box with a pile of my hair strands. How long had she been collecting my hair? I wasn't sure what she was going to do with it, but I knew one thing for sure. I needed to get away from her. I thought about booking a flight to China to go back and live with Dad, except what if he didn't allow me to? The next day at school, I was in the library when suddenly I saw Gavin sitting across from me reading a book. Oh darn, I'd forgotten to cancel our tutoring sessions. Ming, hey. Hi, look, I won't be needing any more tutoring sessions. I'm moving back to China. Wait, what? You're leaving? Yes, and I don't know when I'll be back. You made the right choice not to kiss me at the concert. We would have both ended up hurt. Everyone I've ever been close to in my life has done me wrong or got separated from me. You were right to protect your heart, Gavin. He stared at me with sad eyes, and I couldn't bear being around him anymore. I went back to the house so I could secretly pack my bags and leave home. But that night, Mom knocked on my door. Do you have a minute? What's going on? What's in that box? Your 18th birthday is tomorrow, so I made you a present. Oh man, my birthday. I'd completely forgotten. What's this? You asked why I was collecting strands of your hair. Well, it was to make a quilt with something called dongtai hair embroidery. It's an old Chinese practice. You sew hair strands onto a piece of white silk. My grandmother started a tradition where a mother would embroider a piece, pass it down to their daughter, who would continue the work and keep working on it until it was finished. Then, the next daughter in line would receive the quilt as a gift. And that's you. I was shocked. Mom hated me. There was no reason she'd want me a part of any family tradition. I don't even remember the last time you gave me any presents, let alone something like this. Well, it's your 18th birthday, and it's an old family practice. My mother used to tell me, back when we were close, that she wanted me to continue it, and you are my daughter after all. Mom hugged me awkwardly, and I tried to feel happy. Maybe I didn't have to run away from home after all. My mother loved me. This was proof she loved me, but I still couldn't sleep that night. I felt in my gut something was off, that Mom didn't give me that blanket for the reasons I thought she did. Suddenly, I heard voices coming from the other room that sounded like a FaceTime conversation. I can't believe you made me go through all that work to give Ming that dung-tie blanket. She barely even said thank you. I shouldn't even have to ask you to pass that blanket down to your own daughter. I had to offer to take Ming for the summer so you'd agree to do it. Like I haven't already passed down enough to her. Ming is prettier than I ever was and won more pageants than I ever did. I did what you told me. I gave her the stupid quilt. What more do you want from me? Well, that all made more sense. Of course Mom hadn't changed. And of course she hadn't grown to love me. I refused to speak to both her and Dad that week. And one night, after Mom went to sleep, I threw the dung-tie quilt into the fire with my strands of hair and 2 generations worth of work. At school, I still saw Gavin, but I avoided him too. After all, I told him I was leaving the country. On the last day of the semester, I was taking my finals, but I was panicking because I didn't know any of the answers. I hadn't been able to find a tutor as good as Gavin, and now I was the last one in the exam room. I tried to calm myself with deep breaths when suddenly some kids ran in screaming, pulling the examiner's arm. Miss Benson, someone broke into your car. And that's when Gavin walked in and sat next to me. We only have like 2 minutes tops. Give me your test. I'll finish it for you. No, Gavin, I can't ask you to do that. But he'd already taken my test and was filling in the answers. Why was he helping me? So, obviously, you didn't move to China in the end. No, not yet, but I still might, just to get away from everything and everybody. I don't understand, Gavin. Why did you do this for me? Because I still care about you, Ming. I know I wasn't ready to kiss you that night at the concert, but part of me regrets that. Really? Yeah, I don't want my parents' divorce to scare me away from falling in love. You told me that night, nothing is worth living in fear for. Gavin pulled me close, and I felt my heart skip a beat. Maybe you're right, Gavin. Just because my mom didn't know how to love me doesn't mean there aren't other people out there who do. You mean like me? Slow down, buddy. We're not there yet. I leaned over and kissed him right then. For the first time in ages, I walked home feeling happy. But when I entered the house, I found Mom sitting in front of the fireplace, crying. I can't believe you burnt the family quilt. A 3-generation quilt. It wasn't a 3-generation quilt because you were never gonna pass it down to me. You only did it because Dad told you to. You know what? I'm done putting up with this. I'm moving out of this house. I'm not gonna live with you anymore. That summer, Dad let me stay with him in China as he promised. And Gavin and I applied to the same college and got in. Even after returning to the US, I didn't see Mom, and I also blocked her phone number. But one night at college, I was awake studying when I got a freaking message from Mom on TikTok begging me to call her. Jesus, she created a TikTok just to get a hold of me? I finally gave in, just to get her off my back. Oh, honey, I'm so glad you called. I've been wanting to talk to you and make amends for a while. It's a little too late for that, Mom. I really don't have time to talk. I have midterms tomorrow. Ming, you didn't let me finish. I've been seeing a therapist and working through my issues. I want to be better. I want a fresh start. Well, I am glad to hear you're finally getting help. I know you've been suffering for a while, but I can't just forget the way you've treated me all those years. Maybe one day I can forgive you. I just don't know when that'll be. I understand. Well, if you ever do want to start over, my home is always open to you. I love you, and I'm sorry about everything. Thanks, Mom. I've always wanted to hear those words from you.
That was emotional.
Are you somebody who's in class 12?
Thank you guys. So bye guys. Bye guys. I hope you had a good day. Bye.